Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to When Dreams Come True, the show that celebrates ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Here is your host, Ray Darcy.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. That's right, we're in the business of making dreams come true. But not just for anyone. We're giving something back to those people who make a difference to all our lives. The good eggs. You all know one, don't you? Yeah. And there are some of them sitting in our studio audience this evening. And this is the sneaky bit. We've been doing our homework on 3 of them, talking to their friends and families. These people haven't got a clue that we're going to surprise them in the next half hour. So, who's first for the When Dreams Come True treatment? Well, as I said, we've been a bit sneaky about it, and we got some inside help from someone in the audience. So, would Noelle Feeney make herself known to me? Noelle, where are you? Right, okay. There you are. There's a few of you up from Cork City FC.
That's right.
Yes, and who are you setting up this evening?
We're setting up for chairman, Mr. Brian Lennox.
That's what you think. Because all the time, they were setting up you. Noelle Feeney, it's time for you to get the When Dreams Come True treatment. That's extremely mean. That is extremely mean. I'm sorry. I hate telling lies. I hate telling lies. We had to do it to get to here. You're brilliant. Now, sit down there and relax. Sit down there. I know you do great work in the community for the hospice, and from what I hear, Cork City FC wouldn't run without you. And you've loads of fans there. Have a look.
Hi Noelle, I'm sure you're after getting a big shock by now, but this is just to say, well done, you've been a fantastic ambassador for Cork City Football Club over the years.
Noelle, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for us. You're like a mother to us. You know, all the work you do behind the scenes and stuff like that goes unnoticed, but now you're getting a bit of notice for it, and we're all chuffed and glad for you.
And you are really, really a most unusual person, so unselfish in every way. Congratulations again on all the work you have done for us from St. Patrick's and Marymount.
Whatever they do for you tonight, you deserve it immensely. You've been a wonderful ambassador for Cork City and for Cork sport in general.
You're like a 16-year-old running around the place. Your enthusiasm for the club and your enthusiasm for everything, your enthusiasm for life. You have a heart as big as a lion. And basically, you know, we're all so proud of you.
Thanks for all the holy water you splash on me before every game and drown me before I go out on the pitch.
Now, we'll come back here and talk about Cork City in a moment. But first, the other things you do. Tell us about Marymount Hospice.
Well, for years we're trying to build a new hospice because the one that's there at the moment is not big enough. And I'm a committee member of the Friends of St. Patrick's Marymount Hospice. And I've been fundraising. We are on the committee. I should be at a meeting tonight, but...
But you thought you were setting Brian up.
Yes, yes. And we work very hard. The Minister gave us 16 million years ago. So we have to come up with 16 million ourselves to match it.
Right.
But we're on the proceeds. We're after buying a site now, and it's on its way.
Well done.
So.
Well done. And the whole Cork City thing is a family affair because your son John, who we saw there, got you into it, didn't he? You don't tell the story because he's here to tell it himself. Please welcome Noelle's son John. Very good. Thanks a million for keeping it a secret. No problem. Now, tell us how you got your mum into following Cork City.
She used to wonder where I was going every Sunday, and I'd come home that night, and eventually she started questioning me about it, so she started coming with me, and the rest was history.
Just outline the things she does.
The phones are just constantly ringing all day long about tickets for this and tickets for that, and she has, on match days, she has the mascots to organise, the half-time teas. She has to make sure, as of course, the players come first. Their half-time drinks and sandwiches and everything has to be ready for them, and their Jaffa cakes, of course. And their jelly babies.
Where do you do it, Noelle?
I just basically love it. I've a lot of time for children, and children benefit. It's a community club that we have. We have a family enclosure which we encourage parents to bring their children and we have people running it for us. But through that, we have the ball boys, which is normally they come from various clubs throughout the city. But I also work with the community guards in Cork. And at the moment, the group that we have as ball boys for our last couple of games running are special children, I call them. And they need a little lift in life, so...
and you give it to them?
Yeah, and everybody wants to be a part.
But they're motivated by you, it seems to me, Noel, in a big way. And tell us about the holy water.
When they're coming out, I'm here with my bottle in my hand, and I pour onto my hand, and they pour out their hand and they take it off me along the line.
Very good, very nice. I know they're big fans of yours, and we're going to hear from a number of them. We have the manager, Damien Richardson, and the two Dannys, Tall Danny and Small Danny. Give them a round of applause.
Congratulations. Oh, thanks, Doc. Buddy. You're sweet. These are all my fake boys, my sons.
Your extended family?
Yeah.
So tell us about this woman.
Right, this woman is amazing. Well, in many ways, she's reflective of hundreds, if not thousands, of people around the country who do great work with little or no return and for no thanks, and you don't look for thanks. Noelle is amongst the best of them, because she turns up at training, she turns up before games. The night of a game, for instance, she'll cover more ground than all of my players put together. She's into everything, you know.
And I feel it the next day.
And then as well, she's a very modern woman as well, because after the game last Friday evening, she went out into town, no less. So she knows how to enjoy herself as well, but she looks after us very, very well. And in professional sport in particular, it's a lost art, the personal touch from people who are there because they love the club. But Noelle goes further than that. She loves everybody connected with the club, and it goes even further than that. You can see how much they all love her, and that's the beauty of it.
You can see how he can give the old talk at half-time, can't you?
I have to get out of the dressing room. I can't be in there, you see, when he gives the talk.
You're not allowed. Danny Murphy, and he has a little presentation for you. The smaller of the two Dannys.
Cheers.
And there's a Cork City club, and it's especially been done for you because it has Mother Goose. And Dan Murray is the captain of the team. So why is Noelle called Mother Goose, Dan?
Well, we thought I'd give her the number 12 because she's like the 12th man or 12th woman, which I'm sure she wants to be on the pitch with us. But Mother Goose because whether we need a plaster or a glass of Lucozade, she's always there for us and looks after us very well.
Ah, thank you. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan. The name of this programme, Noelle, is When Dreams Come True. So we've put together what we believe to be your dream holiday. Okay? I believe you're a big fan of scampi and chips. Yeah, aren't you? You like a martini?
Oh, I love the martini.
You love the martini.
That's what keeps me going.
And you do a bit of karaoke?
Oh, yeah, Tina Turner.
Yeah? Simply the best?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Oh, you know that.
Yeah. OK, well, we have a pub in Torremolinos, because that's your favourite place, and they're waiting there to serve you scampi and chips, martinis, and they're going to let you do karaoke as Tina Turner. But, better still, we know as well as Cork City, you are a big fan of Real Madrid. So you'll travel to Malaga to see them play. How's that? Is that or is that not the holiday of your dreams?
When the season is over, yeah.
OK. Thanks very much to Damien, to your son John, to Dan and to Danny, and to you for making a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, Noelle Feeney. Well done. That's it for part one. Join me after the break when more dreams will come true. Welcome back to When Dreams Come True. Don't forget, there's still a surprise in store for one person in our studio audience this evening, and they haven't got an idea who they are. But first, Sinead's been out and about again, and I can safely say gave one Kildare woman the surprise of her life.
Ray, I'm in Sallins in County Kildare. Now, this is a biggie. Frances Ward and her partner have been together 10 years but haven't managed to tie the knot. So we're going to surprise her. We're going to make it happen. But first, let's find out a little bit about her.
There's nothing that she wouldn't do, like, for people. She's a very good person to help people.
She set up a charity there for Angel Eyes. It's for all types of disability. It was the blind at the start, but it's for all types now.
She's at the reason for fortune, like, you know, and now she wants to build a school in Sallins for all disabilities.
It was something very special to me anyway, that's all I can say. Very, very good to me, but I don't tell her that, you know.
Right, so the moment has arrived. I'm on Frances's street. Her house is just up there. Now, at the moment, she's having breakfast with her mom, dad, Pierce and the kids. They all know what's going on. She hasn't got a clue. So come on, let's make her dream come true. Very exciting. Hi, how you doing? Is Frances here?
Yes, she is, yeah.
Hi, thanks very much.
Come on.
I'm very good, thanks very much. Hello? Hi, Frances, how are you doing? My name's Sinead. I'm from a show called When Dreams Come True. Now, we've been talking to everybody who knows and loves and cares about you, and they've all been telling us what a brilliant person you are. And we've asked them also what your dream is. They've all answered the exact same thing. So we're here to make that dream come true, Frances. So, Pierce, do you want to give me a dig out here? Do you want to give me a hand?
What? Would you like to get married?
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh God. To have my breast removed, my ovaries gone, my kidneys are gone. One of my kidneys is gone. My mother has had a huge hysterectomy. My father has chronic lymphatic leukemia. Victoria is losing her sight. Pierce has dyslexia and dyspraxia. Everything has went wrong through life, and there's always been huge medical bills and expenses. And it's just amazing that such a thing has happened, you know. And it's amazing that people would think so much of me to do such a thing. That's what's actually so, you know, amazing about the whole thing. You know, it really is. I've often sat down and thought, well, why has all this happened to us? You know, because with Victoria, you know, you'd be home from hospital and you'd be back in it again, and you'd wonder, well, why does it happen to us? But everything happens for a reason. And I always said that, because with Victoria, we wouldn't have had the charity, we wouldn't have had helped other kids only for her. And with Pierce, the amount of people that ring here looking for help to know about dyslexia and dyspraxia, they wouldn't be getting help only for him. So everything happens for a reason. Do you know, I really, really believe that. So, and I wouldn't be half the person I am only for everybody around me, you know. So I just can't believe it, and I'm just really grateful. I feel really special. We totally shocked you, obviously. We got you on the hot ball together. Yes.
Big time.
Good. That was kind of the idea. It was supposed to be a surprise, but for all weddings, you need an absolutely fantastic venue, and we've picked this place right here, Killashee House. There's an awful lot to organise, as you know, and we've got a wedding planner in to do just that. Her name is Kieran Dodson. Come on, we'll go meet her.
Well, Frances and Pierce, welcome. We're going to organise one hell of a fantastic wedding for you, your dream wedding.
Could be cause for celebration. There's a lot of booing and ahhing going on in the dressing room. I think Frances might have chosen her dress. That is absolutely divine, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
That looks unreal on you now. But you lot at home are going to have to wait and tune in next week to see the lovely bride. Cheers all round, I think, lads. Good glasses. Back to you, Ray.
Yep, we're keeping with tradition. You're not going to see it until next week. 8:30 next week, you will see Frances and Pierce exchange vows and promise to spend the rest of their lives together. Now, you lot here in Studio 4, it's time to get nervous again, because one of you is joining me over there. Who is it, lads? Mark Holford! Mark, how's it going?
All right.
All right. What do you think?
I think they kept that well.
Did they? You hadn't had a
It's
clue.
a well-kept secret.
Well,
sit down.
Yes, oh, yes, sit down. Sorry, I should have said it. A cup of tea? Any sugar?
Yes, please.
Yes. You seem fierce relaxed. I know why you're very relaxed is because your rock and roll lifestyle. And the reason you're here is that on behalf of the numerous teenagers in New Ross that you've helped, we want to say thank you very much for setting up the New Ross Rock Club. Have a look.
Well, Mark, you think you're here tonight for me, but we're actually here for you. All of us in St Michael's Theatre are so proud of the work you're doing in the Rock School.
Mark, for the work you've done with the Rock School for the youth of New Ross, I think you're absolutely brilliant, because if you hadn't done that, a lot of the kids might be on the streets. So for music, for the love of music, you sit down here every Saturday morning, you listen to them, whether they're good or bad, you tell them they're great, and that gives them confidence in their lives.
Hi Mark, you're such a great role model for all the kids in the Rock School. Have a great night tonight.
The only way to sum up you and the Rock School and the Saturdays, the mornings, the afternoons, all the hard work is as just amazing and well done, and good luck with everything else that follows on after this.
I would like to say that if music is the universal language, well then you're the director of the Tower of Babylon. But not only can you communicate through music, you can also talk the language that the kids need. And as you know, that's very, very important as kids make their passage from childhood into young adulthood. And you do that very well. Fair play to you. Have a good night.
So, is it a rock school or a rock club?
It's more of a club.
Right. So you give up every Saturday morning, and what happens
yes.
at this club?
Well, we have about 32 teenagers come in, and they can play their guitars and plug in their bass and play their drums and sing songs and form groups and get into, you know, they put on shows. They put a show on last Friday night, like there was about 5 or 6 groups, and they raised some money for a charity. And so it helps them to organise all these things, and they do it all for themselves, you know what I mean? And then we're just there as backup to help them.
You helped form it, and it was the idea, the brainchild of Milo, who's in the audience. Milo, talk to us about this man. I know you've said some nice words about him already.
Well, as you can probably tell from the accent, Mark is not from New Ross, but in a comparatively short space of time, he's made an enormous difference to the music scene in New Ross. But far more important than that, he's made an enormous difference to the lives of young people in New Ross. And together with the other tutors, Robert Ray, Brendan Keane and Fiachar McMahon, they made an enormous difference to the lives of young people in New Ross. So well done, Mark. Fair play to you. Keep it up.
Thanks very much, Milo. Thanks, Milo. One of the things that Milo said on the piece was that you can speak to them in their language. We're talking about young people as if they were aliens, but do you understand what that... I never got that one. See it?
I haven't a clue.
Right. But it's good, isn't it?
It's something positive.
Yeah, it's something positive. It's all good. It's all good. What would the teenagers be doing if they weren't with you on a Saturday morning?
They'd either be in bed or be out rambling around the streets, I suppose. I don't.
Right.
Gives them somewhere to actually meet where they can, and they're not actually forced to do anything. You're respecting them as individuals as opposed to being kids or being teenagers.
Listen, I'd like to ask you questions about yourself, but I don't think you'll give me truthful answers. So we're going to bring on your sister, Sandra. Come on out here. Hi, Sandra. Nice to meet you. Sig she is there.
Surprise.
You could say that. So tell us about this guy's rock and roll credentials.
Well, he's always been musical as far back as I can remember. The first time I ever seen him perform, I was about 8 years old, and it was in one of the local parks, and I thought Mark was headlining this big concert, you know. And he was in a band called This Certain Kind with a group of lads from around the area, and they were performing in kilts. And at the end of the show, they all took off their kilts. But thank God that they had Bermuda shorts underneath. To the disappointment now of the ladies in the crowd. But
and this certain kind, it was a band. You thought you were going to be the next big thing, obviously, as every band did.
We nearly were, but someone had to go and work.
Yeah, music has always been there.
Yeah. Well, my grandfather was musical, and I started to play guitar when I was about 10. and I just love music.
And is it rock and roll? Is that?
I like any music that sounds good to me. I
Right.
enjoy it.
And you're the great story that Sandra told me earlier on. You're helping people from an early age, and this isn't about music.
My mum was telling me that the milkman knocked at the door one day to say Mark had been coming out at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, he was only 4 years old, and he'd been helping him deliver milk. So she had to put a bolt on the door to keep him in.
Very rock and roll, very rock and roll. You're in a number of bands. The Temperamentals play in the theatre, the theatre tavern.
The theatre tavern every Friday evening. Yeah,
that's a sort of a music collective.
It's an open session. It's where anybody can come in and join the Temperamentals.
Right.
If they really want to. But no, it's an open session for people to come along and you can play a song, like, you know.
Why are you called the Temperamentals?
Because they're awful temperamental.
Oh yeah.
You know musicians. You know, you know who musicians are.
And then you play somewhere else, Kennedy's Bar.
Kennedy's Bar every second Saturday.
So many people will be there of a Saturday night?
About 40.
40.
Thereabouts.
Right. Well, just imagine, if you can, the number of people who went to Croke Park to see U2 on one single night, okay? And multiply that by 10. That's the number of people who are watching this programme now. Thereabouts. Would you like to perform in front of them?
Yeah.
You would, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. You're saying to me, I don't have my guitar and no other guitar sounds like my guitar. Well, we brought it up from you, Ross. And then you're going to say to me, I know what you're going to say to me next, that's fine, Ray, but we have to restring it because before every gig I restring my guitar. We've done that as well. So you've no excuses. So over you go. Over you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, performing his own composition, let's hear it for singer-songwriter and new Ross rocker, Mark Comerford.
Oh, John, you left colors in my mind. Oh, John, in the darkness, pray you find a place to lay your head, soft and warm in nature's breast. Oh, John, you brought the light to my eyes. Oh, John, time is right, the world will rise. To the riches of your campus, the map, the wonders of your mind. Will you float upon the sea? Be the freshness in the breeze. Sing songs trustfully. Don't you know you'll never leave? Don't you know you can never leave?
We're in the business of making dreams come true. So on top of you performing in front of all of these people, we've got you a day in a recording studio. Oh, yes. Yes. With an engineer and with session musicians. Oh, hey! So, we just want to say Thanks very much for making a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Comerford. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, that's it for this evening. See you next week when we make more dreams come true. Bye. See ya.